Broadcasting live from an underground location in Chicago, 420 Otaku presents 3 Otakus Shooting the Shit. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's 420 Otaku over here from 420otaku.com, and today we are doing one of my new side projects. I got a couple buddies here. My name's PK and Marco, otherwise they'll be affectionately referred to as 690 and 312. I myself, I'm the 420 Otaku. We'll get to me later, but let my boys introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is 690, aka PK, aka Julio. Right here to talk about anime, community, and just things we like to talk about. You know what I mean? Different types of animes, all things. But in the end, we all come from the same background, just having fun. Like me personally, my first anime experience ever was me back at when I was 5 years old watching Ronin Warriors. The reason I fell in love with it so much because of the brotherhoodness, everybody together, like my family. That's where we all are, really close. You know, I'm working with my brother right now. Yes, believe it or not, we're related. So how we feel it, I always felt like it was brotherhood. My favorite part was he always had the dual wielding swords and the white armor and Inferno. It was awesome. I loved every minute of it. So right now, before I start babbling, I'm going to pass it to my brother. 312, take over.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am 312. I'm basically the community guy. If you know me personally, I'm a nice guy to talk to. So we can talk about anything. Gaming, anime, but most likely I will talk more about anime. Because I'm a more open-minded guy. Friendly, and all that type of thing. And to be honest, my first anime, which I really experienced anime, was Dragon Ball Z on Cartoon Network's Toonami. FYI, can't wait for that to come back. And another thing too is like, if you and me would talk, we'd be here like all day hours because I'm an open-minded guy. I can listen. I watch all types of anime. So if you want to talk about that, we can do that. Take care.
What's going on? So, as I've said, and as you've come to know me, I'm the 420 Otaku. My name's Kevin in reality. I'm a Chicago native, and I'm pretty much your guy who wants to, you know, smoke, watch some anime, and get down and talk about some of that gonzo shit. Then today, as these guys have already been talking to me, we've been talking about what got us into anime and introducing ourselves a little bit, because this is the first time you've heard some of us. This is the first time you've heard me. You've read a lot of my shit. But as we aim to do a better job than the rest and not hate on everybody else. You know, that's the thing. We wanted to make content that we haven't seen. That's what we're going to do.
Exactly.
So today we're going to talk about what got us into anime. I'm going to start off a little bit. I grew up in, you know, the sticks, the woods of Illinois, kind of, a couple hours from Chicago. I didn't grow up here, sadly. Born here, but I remember growing up and one show I saw was Kashan the Robot Hunter. And it was a real great example of how strong a hero could be. And for a tiny guy, he could easily tear shit apart. I remember the first time he shows up, scraps everybody, but at the same time, he was just as weak and human as all of us. You know, he suffered the same things despite claiming himself to be a robot.
True story.
And that's what got me, how they wrote the character, the story, just how it was built, how his emotions affected his ability to fight. You know, it was well done. What about you guys? What got you into anime?
Like I said earlier when I was in my introduction, me, it was Ronin Warriors. Like I said, it was because of the brotherhood. Because like me, I've always been part of groups ever since I was in elementary school. I had a little group of my friends. After that, I got a little bit older, got into high school. I joined a band. I was with them for 4 years, and that's why I'm a music freak. I love music. You know, I do all types: hip hop, heavy metal, death metal.
By the way, he's 420 Otaku's personal sound guy. He set most of this up today. You can thank him later.
Yeah, thank you. I just did something right for once. My mom will be proud.
Oh God.
That'll be one thing you should be proud of. And after that, I'm not gonna lie, I've lost contact with my anime roots, sadly. But it's because I really was into my music and just following my passion of music. But now I'm back to get back into the community and relearn everything I already knew.
You're welcome. I'll help you.
Yeah, fuck
so,
you.
Marco, what about you? You were talking about Dragon Ball Z. Let's hear a little bit more about what about Dragon Ball Z, you know, got you hooked into anime.
Well, basically, I'm saying like this. If you knew me, if you saw me, you'd be like, whoa, this guy's a big guy. 6'1", almost 300 pounds. But you're thinking like, he's going to be a bully. If you knew me at 6 or 7 days, my apologies, I was getting bullied. Because my mom taught me to be calm and all that stuff. And through elementary school, I was going through a lot of tough times because you were talking about being fat, tall, and all this other stuff, you know, because you're different.
Right.
Which is like normal kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kids are bastards.
Yeah, douchebags. What's it called? And then my parents finally got cable, and they showed me Cartoon Network, big cartoon fan, straight up. But then they showed me Toonami, big deal breaker in my freaking life, because then I saw Gundam Wing, freaking Robotech, Trigun, and freaking Dragon Ball Z, which is a big seller in my life. Because I was a guy who's like to keep it peaceful. Then I saw Dragon Ball Z, like, whoa, these humans with supernatural, almost godlike powers. These guys can literally break planets if they wanted to. But they didn't, because they wanted to protect good. Which I can also relate to, because, like, you know, I was always trying to be good. Not until, like, I saw to the 8th grade. Yeah, if you know me in 8th grade.
That was bad.
I was bad.
It was bad.
I took the Goku thing, Krillin thing, the whole fighting style to heart.
Yeah.
Because I was fighting back.
He started fighting back, and even back in, like, going back to the elementary school days, like, I used to go to the same school as him. You know, obviously, he's my brother. So what we did is, like, I was like, when he left school, when he got into high school, I was kind of left in his shadow, like, oh, now it's time to pick on him. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you going to pick on me? I had nothing with my brother. Not because I don't love my brother, it's just, you know, I mean, we're different people, you know, obviously. But
and that's kind of messed up because they kind of saw to go through him because I made the biggest comeback in 8th grade.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, man. Yeah. So basically you're telling me that Dragon Ball Z inspired you to have that strength.
Exactly. And that confidence, like, you know what? I'm tired of getting punched and all this.
So these characters were that memorable and that inspiring. See? That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
These are the kind of things that most otakus talk about amongst themselves, but don't really talk about with a group of people. And that's, like I said, what we aim to do is do things a little bit differently, just a little bit better. And just because we're that much cooler, we're not going to hate on anyone else.
Exactly.
We're always going to try and show our love to everybody. Like, who's the guy we got to do the track today, man? What's his name?
Crisco, California. Look him up. He has a new page on Tumblr, Facebook, maybe even MySpace. I don't know.
Oh shit, MySpace.
We're going old school.
Ancient.
But all that, we'll provide links at the end if you're interested. The opening track, as we've come to call this little introduction, is "Those Tentacles Mean Business."
Yes, sir.
Which was kind of fitting, I guess. You know, we're anime. We're anime. You know, it was for a guy who's a pervert. We're anime.
Well, wait till we get to the pervert part because we'll
talk about that.
The next segment.
We'll talk about that another day. But mostly what we've been talking about here is what got us into it, and at the end of it all, it's the story, it's the writing, it's how they construct things and execute them,
how they capture your eyes, how they capture your soul.
It's hyper stylized. It's as close as I guess as real as you'd want to call anime. You know, we're barring giant robots and
superpowered people.
Exactly. You know, but these kind of things are all important because a lot of these aspects are written from very personal positions in people's lives, and a lot of people on the outside don't always see that necessarily. That Goku, you know, is meant to be that inspiration for young boys. That if you work hard, you can attain so much. You know, that's what shonen is about, or that style of anime.
And at the same time, Goku's still like the nicest guy.
Exactly,
he was the type of guy you could drink a little beers and like, you cool? I'm cool.
Exactly.
Open-minded.
You
know
want
what
to go and hang out with.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I can't blame him for being fat. You see it a lot. So I'm like, I want to be like Goku. Max out right quick.
You know? My thing was a little bit. I guess mine was a little bit different. I was exposed to a lot of different things, so I always wanted to be that hero in that metal armor, that pilot.
Gotcha.
Me, I just wanted to be the freaking werewolf that fell in love with the vampire.
No.
Not Twilight. Not Twilight. Not
God.
Twilight. The regular anime. That's how I felt it. No Twilight is allowed here. Let me say that right now.
Yeah, we're not fans of that. We'll just make that clear.
Yeah.
I've talked about personally Kristen Stewart. She can't fucking act.
No, I'm sorry. No emotions.
So I'm sorry. It's a good thing that Akira movie is not going.
Touche. Exactly.
I read the Reddit. Enough on that note because I beat the Akira horse to death.
Yeah. Also, you don't sparkle when the sun hits you.
Yeah, dude, I don't. Most of the time I'm out night anyways. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Kid bike gang. That's what it is. Red motorcycles and shit. But no, the main thing is that a lot of otaku don't they communicate with each other and they stay in these little groups, you know.
Exactly.
We've always been pretty social going out to conventions. That's how we met a few years
ago.
ago.
Exactly.
I was just walking past and they were like, "Oh, hey, cool shit," and we just sparked a conversation, and now look at this. We're recording podcasts.
Yes, that's the thing that people don't notice.
And I'm wearing a Naruto headband.
Well, that snazzy hair of yours.
Hey, my hair is not nasty.
I said snazzy.
Snazzy. Snazzy?
Snazzy.
Oh.
I ain't talking shit. I love you.
Oh, yeah, don't talk shit about my haircut, man.
That's the thing about about the conventions that you actually made positive. This is what conventions were meant for, to meet new people.
Exactly.
But the thing is,
to bring people together. We'll talk more about the community another day, because we could all rant about that forever and ever. Yeah. But the reality is that anime has a lot more to offer than what people just see on the outside.
Exactly.
And this is a perfect timing, gentlemen. This is a perfect podcast so far for the first one. So, that's the thing, like I was saying, people don't see a lot of the good things that are in it, the quality storytelling, the fact that it's a revered form of artwork. You have people like, of course, we'll just throw Kishiro Otomo in there. He has a whole museum dedicated to his art. The guy drew, almost single-handedly, 2,000 pages of a novel.
Yeah.
Of a novel. And not wrote, drew. There's a big difference.
I know.
So, there's a lot of love and labor that these writers and these creators put into it, and the fans have always shown their love back. And this is part of our way to show that, hey, we're willing to pay the favor back. You did so much for us. You kept us entertained and, and working for something that we would like to attain creatively, personally, whatever the reason may be, anime has been a motivation for parts of it because the storytelling was so goddamn good. Stuck with us.
Yeah. So that's how you see. The thing about anime is, like, you see insane actions, insane love stories. Don't get me wrong, I read shows all the time. Hey, I don't give a damn.
I don't judge. I've read them. I've read a Yoda Yoshi. Judge me if you want.
Shut up. You're welcome, by the way. What's it called?
Bagel titties.
Anyway, this thing is like, it's just not just about the art, about anime. Don't get me wrong, this Western stuff, you gotta admit, it's mostly about the art and the big heroes and immortal and all that stuff.
Another day for another podcast.
Exactly.
Another day for another podcast.
Exactly. But the thing is, it's more about the story. And how can you whoa, I relate to this character. You know what I'm saying? For the most embarrassing guy, or the most nicest guy, or even the most evilest guy, is like, I can see that. I can see what he's doing.
Yeah, everybody's a lot more relatable.
I always like going for the relatable bad guy. Like, man, you know what? I feel his pain. He should kill everybody.
Exactly. We're referencing things that everyone can kind of get to. We're referencing Dragon Ball, Akira, things like that, and Ronin Warriors, things that we grew up with and things like that. Things are a little different now, I guess, for the kids these days. They like their Naruto. I like my Naruto as well.
Of course.
And I'm kind of a Death Note fan. I like that.
Yeah.
It's cool. I can see why people like a lot of these new titles, and I'm getting, I've been watching Tiger and Bunny. Kind of like that.
No problem.
Show,
hey, I love Clad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
a show. You know what I'm saying?
But we all have different tastes for what we like. Obviously, I'm talking about costume superheroes that have branding on it, but whatever. But that's the main thing. We all like anime because anime has had so much more to offer us than a lot of the other stuff we've ever been into in life, because it has such a community, it has such a following, and it has such a way of telling a story that's beyond our imaginations, showing us the beauty of the world and sometimes the terrifying power it has as well.
Exactly.
So on that, where are we at?
Yeah, we still got time.
We still got a couple minutes. Yeah. Excellent. So, we introduced ourselves, but I think maybe we should pose a couple. What do you guys think we should talk about next?
Well, let's see.
Oh, wait. I have a perfect idea.
All right, cool. Like.
Since we're going to do some giant robot talking, let's just go ahead and do that one right out of the way. The next one we're going to talk about is this old Gundam.
Gundam Wing all day.
All right, hold up. Before we even start talking about personal favorites or anything like that, that's what we're going to do next. This old Gundam podcast. That will be our next one.
Do we have an hour?
What?
Do we have an hour?
Oh, no. Gundam, bro. We're going to have to shorten this one up real quick.
At least we haven't got into the
So we're going to cut this short today. This has been 420 Otaku. Kevin,
It's been 690, a.k.a. PK.
312. Marco, keep it simple.
Awesome. Excellent. And go ahead. Feel free to jump over to 420otaku.com and follow your appropriated links to follow me wherever you want, the website or the Tumblr. And this has been a 420otaku.com production. Copyright 2012.
All right, thank you. If you have any questions, leave them up on his website. Leave them on Facebook. You can always find us on there.
Oh, and give a shout out to our guy again.
To our man who made that beat.
Shout out to Crisco, California, who made the intro song. So I want to thank him for it. If you want to keep looking for him, look on his Facebook, lostafinger, Tumblr, lostafinger. I don't know. He did
an insane
And
art.
like I said, there'll be links below. So check us out. Hey, and better yet, tell us what you think. Tell us what you'd want to hear coming down the road.
exactly. Ask us questions.
We're
We like
open-minded.
feedback.
Because we know what we're talking about, folks. We're not like your other otaku. We're not like your other anime fans.
We're friendly. We're open-minded. We're open for any conversation. Please.
Sometimes. So let's wrap it up. You guys have a great day, and thanks for listening.
Thank you. Have a great day,
Deuces.
people.